أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم and Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening and I will. So today we are going to start not start already we have started unit number 13. So today we are going to continue the remaining part of the lesson, right? Okay, just take a quick review. Okay, here we have a small introduction part, and then after the introduction, domain we have divided the organism into three: domain archaea, domain bacteria, and domain eukarya. So we have completed the domain archaea and domain bacteria, and under the domain eukarya we have completed kingdom animal, and we haven't started kingdom protista, kingdom fungi, kingdom plant. Okay, so now first of all we are going to do a small revision in the introduction part. And then after we are going to revise the domain archaea and the domain bacteria. The quick revision will be there. Then after the quick revision, we'll start the kingdom Animalia. Start means and do the again. We are going to do the revision for the kingdom Animalia, and then after completing all these things, we'll start kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae. Okay. Did you get the idea that we are going to do? We are going to discuss today, Bulal. We are going to do a quick revision in the introduction part. Then after domain archaea, domain bacteria, and under the domain eukarya, we have completed the Animalia. So we are going to do a quick revision in the Animalia. Then after we'll discuss kingdom Protista, fungi, and the plant. Okay. Uh, First of all, Pulhar, the classification. The first classification was done by Aristotle. He divided the organism into animal and the plant. But that is for the success way, right? So the most proper classification method was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. First of all, Aristotle. Then after Carolus Linnaeus, memorize the names, okay? And after the Carolus Linnaeus, we had Carl Woos and Robert Whittaker. We'll discuss later, okay? So classification method can be divided into two methods: artificial classification and natural classification. You may have the idea what do you mean by artificial classification. Under the artificial classification, we are going to consider only the external body parts, whether they have the wings or whether they don't have the absence of wings, presence of wings, absence of horns, presence of horn. So this kind of silly classification is called as artificial classification. We have done in a grade 6 under the dichotomous key part. Okay, so these kind of improper, improper means plural. Just try to get the idea. Can I put the bird and the butterfly under the one group? That is for the proper way, right? So this kind of classification is called as artificial classification. Here no evolutionary relationship has been discussed, but in the natural classification, you may remember we have learned the evolution and the history, and we have learned the morphological, physiology, cytology, molecular biology. So we have learned all these things and we have classified. So this kind of proper classification by studying the evolution or the history, morphology, physiology, cytology. So by doing all these things, we are going to do a classification. This classification method is called as natural classification. So now you have the idea regarding the artificial classification. Only we are going to discuss only the external characters, and you have the idea regarding natural classification. Under the natural classification, we are going to study all these things and we are going to classify the organisms. Okay, that part is over. Now, after the Carolus Linnaeus, who introduced the method plural, the Robert Whittaker introduces the five kingdom method. Memorize the order plural. First, Aristotle. After Aristotle, who came plural? Carolus Linnaeus. And third one, Robert Whittaker. Right? I earlier said that initially the name will be, it will be odd, but later it will be familiar for you, right? Okay. Aristotle, Carolus Linnaeus. Third one, Robert Whittaker. He introduces the five kingdom method. You may remember it, what are the five kingdoms. But after Robert Whittaker, Carl Woos dismissed this method. The five kingdom method was dismissed. That means Carl Woos said that the method that introduced by Robert Whittaker, the five kingdom method, was wrong. So he break down all the system introduced by the Robert Whittaker, and he introduced, the Carl Woos introduced three domain system. Okay, try to get the idea. Try to get the idea. Try to get the idea. First of all, Aristotle. Memorize the order, right? Aristotle. Then after Carolus, Linnaeus, Third one, Robert Whittaker, Then after Robert Whittaker, we had the Carl Woos. Aristotle, he divided the animals into plant and the animal. Carolus Linnaeus put the basement for the classification. Robert Whittaker introduces the five kingdom method. Carl was introduced. Here you can see the name. Carl was introduced the three domain system. So these are the three domains that we have learned in our lesson. Okay. So first of all, we are going to discuss domain archaea, and then after domain bacteria, and we are going to discuss kingdom animalia. Discuss mean we are going to do the revision. Okay. Domain archaea, try to get the idea. These are the four things that we are going to discuss: cellular organization, habitat, and sensitivity, and example. Okay. Before starting the domain archaea, I want to say an important thing. Just try to get the idea. Domain archaea, they are not sensitive to antibiotics. We cannot kill the archaea by the antibiotics. Domain bacteria, they are sensitive. Domain eukarya, not sensitive. This is the order. Okay, just keep that one in your mind, so it will be easy for you. Okay. First of all, domain archaea, cellular organization of the domain archaea, that is prokaryotic cellular organization. Can anyone tell, Bulal? Can anyone tell what do you mean by prokaryotic cellular organization? Anyone? Do you remember what do you mean by prokaryotic cellular organization? Domain archaea have the prokaryotic cellular organization. Huh? Anyone?
Without an organized nucleus?
Ah, very
Nucleus.
good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Yes, sir. Here, look after this picture, Bulal. Here, this kind of organization is called as prokaryotic cellular organization. They doesn't have an organized nucleus, but in the eukaryotic cellular organization, we have learned this one in unit number 6, right? In the checkbox, sir, how many lessons have come second term exam? For the second term exam, up to unit number 14, the subject will be, the lesson will be there. And also, Pulahal, unit number 9 and 11 and 12 will be discussed within one class. Okay, because these three lessons are very, very small. So don't worry about the syllabus, because Pulahal, we have unit number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Try to get the idea, Plahal. We have completed 8, and today, inshallah, we will be completing unit number 13. And unit number 9, 11, 12, very, very easy. It will be discussed within one class. So we will have only 3 lessons to be completed. And for unit number 14, I will be recording the video and I will be giving the recordings, not the live class for unit number 14. So it will be 3 hours or 4 hours. So within 4 hours, I will be discussing all the reproductive session, reproduction part, and I will be uploading the video in the YouTube, and I will share the links, not the live class. So that is not, there's no need to worry about that one. So only we have 7 and 10. Did you get the idea? Within, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4. So within 4 class, within 1 month, 4 weeks, not this week, except this week, except today we want another 4 days, right? So another 4 days means another 4 weeks. The syllabus will be covered. Okay. So don't worry, my dear. Kavishu, did you get the idea? Shall we come? Did you get the idea, my dear? For the second term exam, we will have 14 lessons, right? And what we discuss regarding the prokaryotic. Here, look out at the picture here, Kunal. The domain archaea, they have the prokaryotic cellular organization. They don't have the arranged, or the proper nucleus will be not there in the domain archaea. Okay. Second, habitat. Where does this domain archaea present? Try to get the idea. Only 4 things we are going to discuss, right? They can be found in the extreme conditions. Look after the picture here. In the volcanoes, deserts, these are called as extreme conditions. Okay. And sensitivity. Earlier I said that, you may remember, right? Earlier we said that domain archaea, they are not sensitive. They are not sensitive, right? Okay. We cannot kill that one by using the antibiotics. They are not sensitive. Last one, the examples, they are methanogens and halophils. These are the examples. Okay. Now we have discussed domain archaea. What are the 4 things we have discussed, Pulal? cellular organization, prokaryotic cellular organization, sensitivity, they are not sensitive, they are sensitive, and they are not sensitive. Next one, habitat, you know they live in extreme conditions. And last one, examples, methanogens and the halophytes. Okay, now we are going to discuss domain bacteria. Okay, under the domain bacteria, last class we have discussed 9 things, but today we are going to discuss only 6 things. Okay, here listen here, cellular organization, that is they also have the prokaryotic cellular organization, domain archaea and the domain bacteria, both of them have the prokaryotic cellular organization. And there is no need to explain what do you mean by prokaryotic cellular organization, because already we have discussed that. Second one, habitat, where do they live? Everywhere on the earth the bacteria can be found, even on the skin, even on the table, even on the water. In every places we have the bacteria. Third one, sensitivity, already we said that the bacteria are sensitive, we can kill the bacteria by using the antibiotics. Okay. And last one, so, structure. Here, listen here. It can be found as microscopic unicellular organism, and no any multicellular structures are there. All the bacteria are unicellular. Here you can see that unicellular. Unicellular means made up of single cell. Okay. And based on shape, wait for a while. Wait for a while. Wait for a while. Okay. Domain bacteria. Under the domain bacteria, we are going to discuss only these 6 things. Okay. First one, cellular organization we have discussed, habitat we have discussed, sensitivity we have discussed, structure. Okay. Examples. What are the examples for the bacteria? Bacteria and cyanobacteria. For the domain bacteria, we have the example bacteria and cyanobacteria. You may ask, so what do you mean by bacteria? Under the domain bacteria, you are telling example is bacteria. Yes. Under the domain bacteria, we have bacteria. That means these are the examples for the bacteria. Under the domain bacteria, we can divide the bacteria into two, bacterium and the cyanobacteria. So there is no need to worry about that one, just try to get the idea. Example for the domain bacteria will be bacteria and cyanobacteria. But under the bacteria we have more number of examples, but they haven't mentioned in those things in the textbook, so just don't worry about that one. Okay, fine. Now harmful and the useful. Harmful effects are causing the diseases and the food spoilage. These are the disadvantage. This is common. The causing diseases and the food spoilage is normally common for the microorganisms. Okay, and uses for the production of the curd, separation of the fibers from the husk, and the to fix the atmospheric level in the atmosphere, and to decompose the dead bodies. These are the useful of the bacteria. Okay. So for the bacteria, we have discussed 6 things. What are they, Bulal? What are they? First one, cellular organization, prokaryotic cellular organization. Habitat, they live everywhere on the earth. Third one, sensitivity, they are sensitive to the antibiotics. Fourth one, structure, they are unicellular organisms. Fifth one, examples, bacteria and the cyanobacteria, and the harmful causing diseases and the food spoilage. Seventh one, uses in the production of the curd, cheese, yogurt, and to separate the husk, and to fix the nitrogen level in the atmosphere, and to decompose the dead bodies. Note this point, bacteria helps to decompose the dead bodies. Okay. Now, Bulal, we have completed domain archaea and the domain bacteria. Now we are going to discuss domain eukarya. Bulal, normally I will be teaching like this. Domain bacteria, domain eukarya. I will be very, very slow, but today I have moved very quickly because we have already explained all these things. That's why I moved very quickly. So I hope it was a quick revision, right? So those who have forgotten the things, I'm very sorry. Okay, those who have the idea, those who have revised the theory, so you will get the idea what I have discussed earlier. So will you raise your hands whether you have got the idea regarding the domain bacteria and the domain archaea? Those who got the idea. Really, I was moving very fast. I felt that when I was very, very fast because this is a revision, right? So that's why I moved this much quickly. For the domain archaea and the domain bacteria, can you raise and those who got the idea? What about Dani? I don't know the name, full name. Dani, Hashmat, Lakshara, Shamlan, Senilia, and Zahiri first. Did you get the idea, my dear? And Zahi, I think you were absent for last two classes, right? So I think it will be a little bit difficult for you. Okay, fine. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, okay? யோசிக்கப்பட என்னோட பறக்குறான் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. Yeah, really I was flying because, this is a revision, okay? Fine. Now we are going to discuss regarding the domain eukarya. You may remember, Bulahal, under the domain eukarya, we have discussed only regarding the kingdom Animalia. We haven't started these three things, right? Okay. Now we'll do a quick revision under the kingdom Animalia. We'll do a quick revision, right? And Pulahal, can you raise your hand? Those who have taken the printout of that past paper collection that I have shared in the group. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Those who doesn't have the printout with you, please make an arrangement to get the printout. Okay. Tell your father or the mother or the brother or whatever, whoever in the home, can you request them to get the printout because it will be needed for today's session. So my kind request to get the printout. I have shared in the group, right? And the grade 11 students, you don't have the activity with you, know, right? Okay. I will share that one in the sir, can you send me the presentation you have in the class? No. No, it is. ஷக்கீப் என்ன கேஸ்ன்றாடா தம்பி எனக்கு வந்து எனக்கு வந்து அனுப்பேலும் ஆனா இது கூட என்ன சொல்றது எம்பி வந்து கூட இந்த இது கூட என்ன சொல்ற சைஸ் கூட நான் என்ன செய்யறேன் டிரைவ்ல அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டு டிரைவ்ல லிங்க் உங்களுக்கு அனுப்பு the presentation I will upload the presentation in the drive and I will send you the link for the drive. Okay, Thambi? Who asked that one? Shakib.
Sorry, sir.
Then you can refer that one in the because
Sir.
I cannot send it through the WhatsApp because it will be very difficult to send it. Okay. Okay, Thambi.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. And for the grade 11 students, wait me, I will share that one in the group. Wait for a while. So those who are able to get the printout, please get the printout. It will be very helpful for you, right? So can you send me the paper on the last? So can you send me the paper of the last paper? Okay. Okay, Masara, inshallah. I will share the pen okay. Right. Now we'll do a quick revision in the kingdom Animalia. You know, Pulal, the kingdom Animalia, the animals can be divided into two, vertebrates and the invertebrates, right? Okay. So, what do you mean by vertebrate? Invertebrate means they doesn't have the backbone. Okay. Organisms without the vertebrate column or the backbone is called as invertebrate. Okay. Under the each and every group, we have discussed 8 things, right? Under each and every group, we have discussed 8 things, and you may remember that we have filled a chart. So now, Pulal, please take that chart in your hand. So it will be very helpful for you to revise. Please take that chart. For the invertebrate, we have filled a chart, right? So please take that chart in your hand. We'll do the revision. Okay. Night area. First of all, the exams. What are the examples? Hydra, sea anemone, jellyfish. These are the examples for the night area. And second one, from the examples itself, well, really I know, I am moving very, very fast because it is a revision, right? So if you have any doubts, you can ask me, stop me and ask me, okay, don't worry, yeah? Okay, from the examples, we are going to discuss these 8 characters. First one, the habitat. Where do they live? Highlight the term, highlight the term, highlight the term. All are aquatic, all are aquatic, all are aquatic. What does it mean? All aquatic means எல்லாருமே தண்ணில வாழ்வாங்க. But here I haven't mentioned all are marine. There's a difference. All aquatic means they live only in the water. All marine means they live only in the sea water. So just try to get the idea here. This is all aquatic. They live only in the water, not only in the marine. Okay, it can be found in the marine and also the fresh water. So these things will be discussed today in the past paper discussion. Don't worry. Okay. Next one, the body layers. Try to get the idea, Bilal. There are 2 body layers. Diploblastic. Look after the picture here, Bilal. 2 layers. Outer layer and the inner layer. So there are 2 layers. One and 2. So there are 2 layers. So they are called as diplo, diploblastic. Okay. And next one, body shape. There are 2 body shapes, polyp and medusa. Polyp, they doesn't move. The medusa, they will move. Polyp, they cannot move. Polyp, they cannot move. Medusa, you can memorize like this. Medusa, M, they move. Polyp, they doesn't move. Okay. And symmetry, look after the symmetry here, Bula. We can divide this one into 2 under many axes. So this kind of symmetry is called as radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. Fifth one, the reproduction. Asexual reproduction and also the sexual reproduction. We have the male, we have the female, we have the eggs, we have the sperm fertilization. So it shows sexual reproduction and also the asexual reproduction. Last one, the special. We have discussed special, Pulal, the nematocyte or the nidocyst. You may remember, right? In the tentacles, they have a hook-like structure. Hook. என்ன சொல்றேன் ஒரு தூண்டில் மாதிரியான hook-like structure is there. This is called as nidocyte or nidocyst or nematocyst. Okay. Just try to get the function of the nidocyte here. Here this hook-like structure, they enter the hook into the body of the organisms and they will release the poison and they will kill the organism. Look after this picture, you know, the jellyfish, they doesn't have a modified brain, right? But the fishes, they have the advanced brain because they are vertebrate. Jellyfish, they are invertebrate. Can you see the picture? How does the invertebrate catches the vertebrate? So they are inserting the poison into the body by using the nidocyst or nematocyst. This is a special that you want to know. So we have discussed 6 characters, right? Come in order, come in order. First one, the examples. Second one, the habitat. And then after body layers, how many layers are there? And how many shapes are there? And then after the symmetry, radial symmetry or the bilateral symmetry, they have the radial symmetry, right? Okay. Then after reproduction, then after special. So these are the 6 things we are going to discuss for everyone. These are the 6 things they're going to discuss for everyone, right? Okay. For the annelidas, well, uh, I'm really sorry because I'm moving very fast because this is a revision, right? Already we have discussed all the things in a detailed manner and given more amount of time to fill the chart. All the things I have done in a previous classes, right? So that's why I'm moving fast. So if you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay. Annalida, just try to get the example. From the examples, we are going to discuss the characters. So it will be easy to understand the characters after discussing the examples. Okay. Just try to get the idea. Narais. Narais means here marine. You know, it lives in the marine water, the sea water. Narais, right? Okay. Here you can see the gills because they are living in the water, right? So they want to respirate. So these are the gills. Okay. And the leech, you know, the leech, right? Okay. And earthworm, there's no need to show the picture for the earthworm, right? Okay. Because you know the earthworm. Here, earthworm. Okay. Habitat, where do they live? From the example, can you tell me the example habitat? They live in the terrestrial. Here you can see they live in the terrestrial. Earthworm live in the terrestrial. You can see the background picture. Can you see the earthworm here? They live in the land, and the nereids they live in the water. So fresh water or the marine water or the soil or everywhere on the earth, not in the vaanathil, okay, only the water and the okay. But the body layers, earlier we said that the 9 era we had two body layers. Here we have three body layers. Look after the picture here. One, 2, and 3. So there are three body layers. So hereafter I will say triploblastic. Earlier diplo, 2 was there, diploblastic. Now triploblastic. And then after third one, the body shape. What about the body shape? Slender, worm-like body. Slender means thin and long. Thin and long body shape is called as slender. Slender, worm-like body shape. Okay. Symmetry. What kind of symmetry? Bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. We can divide it into two parts, right? Bilateral symmetry. Reproduction. They shows asexual reproduction and also sexual reproduction, right? So this is sexual reproduction. They have the male and the female. Special, look after the picture here, Pula. The body has been divided into segments. Can you see that, Tony? Segments mean it has been divided into piece by piece by piece by piece. So in the exam, if they are asking question like this, segmented body. If the term is there, segmented body, that means they are representing the annelidas. Annelidas have the segmented body. Lahal, try to get the idea. That's a past paper question, right? Segmented appendages, that is a different part. Segmented body means that is a separated part. Here we have the segmented body. Here we have the segmented body, not the segmented appendages. Okay, try to get the idea because this point will be needed for today's past paper discussion. Okay. And the third one regarding the molluscas, the same 6 characters, right? Example, we are going to start the session from the examples. You know the examples, chiton. Chiton can be found in the seawater. Already we had discussed this one. Chiton, bivalve, that is ship in Tamil wheel is ship, right? Bivalve. And here the slug. They don't have the shell, but in Tamil we say odillatha nattai, right? Slug. They don't have the shell, but it seems to be like the snail, okay? Slug. And you know the chiton, not the chiton, the squid and the octopus, and the snail. Okay, squid, octopus, and the snail, and the here this is called as chiton, bivalve, and the slug. Now we'll move to the next part, the habitat. From the examples itself, we are going to discuss the habitats. Okay, terrestrial, Nalathalavalam, freshwater, and the marine water. You know, the snail they live in the terrestrial environment. The octopus they live in the freshwater, and also in the marine water. You know the here the squid can be found in the marine water. So these are the habitat of these organisms. And body layers. Earlier for the night area, 2 layers. For the annelida, 3 layers. For the mollusca, how many layers? 2, 3, 4. No, they also have the same 3 body layers. Triploblastic. Triploblastic. Okay. I think you may have the chart in your hand, right? You may have the chart in your hand. So it will be easy to revise with the chart, right? Come along with the chart. Okay. Fine. Body shape. They have the body has been divided into 3 parts: head, visceral mass, and the muscular foot. Right here. You can see the picture: head, visceral mass, and the muscular foot. So body has been divided into 3 parts: head, visceral mass, and muscular foods. Okay. And symmetry, they have the bilateral symmetry. We can cut into 2 pieces, right? Bilateral symmetry. Reproduction, they shows sexual reproduction, no asexual, right? They shows sexual reproduction. Here, male and the female. Last one, sir, how many layers do human have? Ah, yes, okay. We also have the same 3 layers, right? You may ask how it is possible 3 layers is. I will explain. Wait a minute. There's a picture in the textbook. Can I see that one? In the textbook, they have given a picture at the starting point of the vertebrae. Can you see a layer here? They have given a picture like this. I can't draw that one. Can you refer the textbook, please? They have given a small picture. Can you see that one? A fish-like structure. The vertebrate column and the nervous system. and the digestive system, the canal. Can you see that picture here? Sarah, did you find that? Wait, I will explain that one later. Don't worry, eh? Wait.
Yeah, sir.
அந்த விஷயம் உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் லேட்டா விளங்கப்படுத்துறோம். Don't worry, okay? At the starting point of the vertebrae, don't worry, yeah? So special for the molluscas, we have the moistened body. Can you see that the body has been moistened by the mucus? And the snake, so the mollusca, they may have the external shell or the internal shell. You know, the squid, the canava, they have the shell, right? The shell we are putting for the lovebirds and all. If you have the lovebirds in your home, you may have seen this one. So they have a shell inside the body for the squid. So we will get that shell and we are putting for the lovebirds, right? Okay. So the shell can be internal for this one, for the snail, they are external. It has been found external from the body, but here internally the shell has been present. So internal or external, but try to get the idea. The shell is made up of calcium carbonate. Try to memorize, okay? Calcium carbonate, because the term will be needed for today's paper class. Once again, I want to tell they are made up of calcium carbonate. Okay. And next one, regarding the arthropodas. Arthropoda also have the shell. Am I right or wrong? Earlier we discussed snail, they have the shell. Okay, fine. You may ask, so does the arthropoda have the shell? Yes, you know, the arthropodas here for the, you know, prawn. Okay. For the prawn, we have the shell, right? We are removing the shell from the body and we are eating that one, right? When I eating the prawn, what will you do, Pulal? We will remove a kind of layer, right? The external layer, in also in the crab. When I eating the crab, what will you do, Pulal? When I eating the crab, you will remove the shell, right? There will be a odor. So that shell can be found for the arthropodas, and also there is a shell for the mollusca. What is the difference between those two shells? Can anyone tell people? What is the difference? Last class I explained. Do you remember the difference? Here, try to get the idea. The shells of the snail or the shell of the mollusca is made up of calcium carbonate. But the shells of the arthropoda, they also have the shell, right? This shell is made up of chitin. This shell is made up of chitin, right? It will be discussed under the special part. Here under the special, we will be discussing that one. Oh, sorry. I think I haven't put that here. I have put that one, right? Okay, here the shell. This shell is made up of chitin. So try to get the idea. The shell of the mollusca, that means for the snails, they are made up of calcium carbonate. But here the shell is made up of chitin. Try to get that term, okay? Fine. Now we'll continue the class for the arthropoda. These are the examples. The insect, spider. Sir, in mollusca shell, a good source for calcium because it is made. Okay, fine. Yeah, for the mollusca, from the mollusca, we can get the calcium. But that is not the proper way of idea, because if you want to get the calcium from that one, if you want to get the calcium carbonate, we want to kill, right, more number of snails. So that's no need to worry. We can get those things from the earth crust. Okay, German. There's no need to kill the snails unwantedly. Okay, my dear.
Okay.
But your question is okay. Your idea is okay, but that is not the proper way, right? Because we want to kill, right? More number of the snails. Okay, fine. Scorpion and millipede. Well, the millipede and the centipede. It seems to be like the worm, right? In the exam, there's a question, right? Definitely at that time you will be confused. Try to get the idea. The millipede and the centipede are coming under arthropoda. It seems to be like the worm. Pulumaritaikum, but they are not annelidas. Because you may put this one under with the earthworm. No, we can't put the millipede and the centipede with the earthworm. They are not annelidas. The millipede and the centipede, they comes under arthropoda. Because in the past paper question, there's a question, right? So when you are doing that one, you will realize, why did I say this one? Don't worry, okay? Definitely you will do the mistake. Definitely. Don't worry. Even I explain now, we will do the mistake. at that time. Don't worry, okay? And here, this is called as barnacle. Barnacle can be found in the sea water, right? Here you can see the barnacle. I think last time I haven't shown this picture, right? Barnacle, you can see the barnacle here. Barnacle can be found in the sea water. Okay, from the example, we'll discuss the habitat. Habitat, you know, the marine. Now only I said the barnacle. In the freshwater, in the terrestrial environment. Body layers, three body layers. Hereafter, for each and every organism, we will have three body layers. Okay. Body shape, try to get the idea. Same as earlier. For the molluscas, we said that head, visceral mass, and the muscular foot. But for the arthropodas, head, thorax, abdomen. So here the body has been divided into three: head, thorax, and the abdomen. But earlier, head. For the snails, you may remember, right? Head, muscular foot, and the visceral mass. Head, muscular foot, visceral mass. For the arthropodas, head, thorax, and the abdomen. Okay. And already we discussed this one, right? Regarding the shells and all. Okay. Symmetry, bilateral symmetry. You can see that, right? Bilateral. We can divide it into two parts. Okay. Reproduction, they shows the female and the male. We have the male and the female, right? Sexual reproduction. Okay. And special, they have the jointed appendages. In the invertebrates, under the wait for a while. In invertebrates, they don't have the appendages, right? But just imagine, for the Cnidaria, they don't have the legs. For the molluscas, they don't have the legs. For the arthropodas, they only have the legs. And also in the annelida, for the earthworms, they also doesn't have the legs, right? But the arthropods, they have the legs, appendages. But these appendages are just jointed externally, just like a paper. You know, the cardboard, if you're bending the cardboard, it can be moved like this, right? Same like that here, the appendages are just externally connected because the appendages of the invertebrates and the appendages of the vertebrates. I'm a vertebrate, right? I'm a mammalia. So I have the appendages. But these appendages are connected internally, right? We have the bones. But here, they don't have the bones, right? They have only connected just externally. Suma veliyala, we have fixed the appendages. So that's why they are called as jointed. Just externally jointed appendages. Okay. In the past paper, they have given a term like this: segmented appendages. Did you get the idea? Segmented appendages. Segmented body, that is for the annelida. For the earthworm, you may remember, right? For the earthworm, this is segmented body. But there's a question in the past paper. They have used the term segmented appendages. Segmented appendages mean they have mentioned the arthropodas. Be careful in that one. Okay. Now the last one regarding the echinodermata. Just try to get the example, right? Brittle star, sea cucumber, brittle star, sea cucumber, sea urchin, and sea lily. And these are the examples for the echinodermata. Just discuss the features. Now the habitat. Can anyone tell me the habitat? I said a very important thing for the echinodermata regarding the habitat. Can anyone tell that term? Not term, the word.
All are marine.
Very good, very good, very good. Yes, all are marine. Just try to get the idea. Here earlier, I didn't use the term like this, right? All are marine, all are marine. No, I didn't say that. Okay, very good. Yes, all are marine. And so now, everyone of the Canada found only in the seawater. Earlier, we have used the term terrestrial, freshwater, marine. But for only with the kind of diameter we are using the term everyone, not in the water. We can't say all are aquatic, not in the normal water. They can be found only in the sea water. All are marine. Kadalla valu. Try to get that term, okay? Right. We'll move to the next part regarding the body layers. Nothing to discuss, right? Nothing to discuss here. They have only triploblastic. From the only the Cnidaria have the diploblastic. All the other organisms have 3 layers triploblastic. Okay. Body shape, we have different shape. Star shape, cylindrical shape, flower shape, and here they don't have any shape. So these kind of, they have different shapes. And the symmetry, pentaradial symmetry. Body has been divided into 5 parts. One, two, three, 4, and 5. So pentaradial symmetry, 5. Penta means 5. 5 radial symmetries. Fifth one, reproduction. They shows sexual reproduction, and also special bulal. They have the sharp spiny body covering, and I said that they have a vascular system here. These are the vascular system, water vascular system. Look after the water vascular system here. You can see the vascular system. They will get the water through this, through that hole, and the water will be transported through this vascular system. A tube system, a tubular system. In our home, we have the tube, right? From the tank itself, the water will be transported through the tube. Same like that, the water will be transported through the vascular system. These are the vascular system. Okay. The by using the vascular system and the tube feed, here you can see the tube feed means below. Here you can see the tube feed, right? The vascular system the tube feet la முடியும். Can you see that one? The vascular system end at the tubular feet. Can you see that one here? Tubes are there. So by using the tubular feet, here you can see the tubular feet, right? So by using the feet, they locomote and they respirate. They comes on a special part, right? So there we have discussed more number of special. Sharp spiny body covering, vascular system, and the tube feet, and they don't have the brain, heart, eye, nothing is there. Okay. So we have completed the invertebrates. Okay. Raise your hand. That's a good idea. Those who have understood that. What about Dani, Hashmat, and Sarah, Senilia, and Zahi? Okay. Okay, Dani. Okay. Hashmat Tambi, Chama. Now we'll discuss regarding the vertebrates. Now we are going to discuss regarding the vertebrate, right? Okay. Vertebrate means discuss, not the discussion. This is a revision, okay? Because already we have discussed these things. We are going to discuss in very quickly, okay? Within 1 hour we have discussed our 3 classes, not 2 classes. We have discussed these things in our 6-hour session, right? First class, second class, and this is our third class. So we have discussed all the things, right? Okay, within 1 hour, but not on 1 hour, in 50 minutes. Okay. Now we are going to discuss these, but that's all right. Vertebrates within 10 minutes. Okay, just try to discuss within 10 minutes. Okay. So vertebrate means they have the backbone, right? Here is its backbones. So they are called as the vertebrates. Okay. And these are the 5 groups: Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. For the Pisces polar, we have discussed only 7 things, right? So these 7 things will be discussed for every vertebrate. These 7 things will be discussed for every vertebrate. Okay. Wait for the while. We take a small picture. Fine. Here, these are the examples. Sorry, these are the 7 things that we are going to discuss, right? Habitat, skin, locomotion, heart. How many rooms are there, and how do they respirate? What about the body temperature, and what about the special? Okay. You may remember we had discussed all these things in our last class, right? Okay. So pictures, examples, butterfly fish, butterfly fish, skate, and the seahorse. These are the examples. So now we have discussed the examples. Now we'll discuss the habitat. We have to live. From the example itself, you can see the fishers, the pissers. They live in the fresh water and also in the marine water. So nothing to discuss, right? Okay. And next one regarding the skin. Here you can see the skin is covered with the scales, right? Body is covered with the scales. Third one, locomotion. For the locomotion, we have two adaptations. First one, we have the streamlined body shape to move easily through the water, to remove the obstacles, to remove the obstacles. We have a streamlined shape, same as the bullet. So so it will be helpful for the animals to move through the water. And next adaptation, that is they have the fins. You can see the fins here, right? These are called as fins. So these fins can be found in the fishes for the movement. Next one, here you can see the same thing, right? The streamlined body shape and the fins. Okay. Next one, regarding the heart. Pulal, we are going to discuss how many rooms are there in each and every group of animal. How many rooms are there? Just try to get the idea, Pulal. That is in order, right? The fishers will have 2 rooms, and then after three, then after three, then after four, then after four, like this. The number of room is going to be increased. So the fishers will have 2 chambered heart. You can see 2 rooms, right? 2 rooms will be there. Next one, respiration. The respiration is done by gills. You know what is gills, right? They have the gills under the head, near to the head. They have the gills, right? So next time when you're cooking in the kitchen, look after that one, okay? In the fisher, they will have the gills like this, okay? Body temperature. Can anyone tell me, Pulal, what kind of body temperature do they have? There are 2 types, right? The cold-blooded and the warm-blooded. Anyone?
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
Very good, very good, very good, very good, Jayvan, very good. Cold-blooded animals. Cold-blooded. Yeah, okay, yeah, very good. Yes, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded means the body temperature will change according to room temperature. Pulal, normally students will do like this. Right? They will memorize cold-blooded, cold-blooded, cold-blooded. Oh, that's another term. That's another term. Poikilothermy. Poikilothermy. Right? They will memorize like this. Cold-blooded, 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 cold-blooded. But in the exam, there is a question, okay? You know the meaning of the cold-blooded. Cold-blooded means according to the body temperature, the room temperature, the body temperature will be changed. If the room temperature is high, the body temperature also will be high. If the room temperature is low, the body temperature also will be low. This is the idea. There is a question, right? If you have memorized only the term cold-blooded, 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 without the idea, you will be not able to do that question. That's a question in the past, right? A graph like question is there. So if you want to do that question, you must have the idea, but do you mean by cold-blooded? When I discuss in that question, you will understand that one, okay? So for the biology, if you're memorizing the theory without understanding the content, sometimes it will be, it will be backfire for you. Without understanding the theory, if you're memorizing that one, sometimes you will lose your marks. You will realize that one under that question. Don't worry, okay? Fine. The body temperature, poikilothermic or cold-blooded. The body temperature will change. If the room temperature is high, when they are moving for the puthalam, the body temperature will be high. And when they are moving for the candy, the body temperature also will become low. According to the room temperature, the body temperature also will be changing. Okay. Now last one, the special. Under the special pillar, we are going to discuss. Some of them will have the bony skeleton, bones, hard. Some of them will have cartilaginous skeleton. You know the skates, right? Skate means thirka. So the skates will have the cartilaginous bone. We can easily eat that one with the bones itself because the bones are very, very soft. Here, the ears. We also have the cartilaginous bone in the ears. We can't eat that one, but it is very soft. Okay. Yeah, you can see the gills here. Right? Can you see the gills here? This is gills. Okay. Earlier we discussed the respiratory organ. Okay. And they don't have the eyes. So eyes without sorry. They have the eyes. They don't have the eyelids. Okay. So eyelids. There's no eyelids in the eyes. Okay. Now we'll do a quick revision, right? Once again, within 2 minutes. Examples. You know the examples. Habitat. What are the habitat? Fresh water and the marine water. Skin covered by the scales. Locomotion done by streamlined body shape is there, and also the locomotion is done by the fins. We have the fins for the locomotion, and the heart we have two chambers. Respiration done by the gills. We have the gills. Actually, this is here, but for the fishes we will have the gills here. Okay, and the body temperature cold-blooded. And you know the meaning of the cold-blooded. The body temperature changes according to the room temperature. That is called as cold-blooded animals. Special, we have two special. First one, bony skeleton are there, some of the fishes, and some for other fishes we will have the cartilaginous, the soft bone is there. And the second one, they don't have the eyelids in the eyes. Okay, then you may ask, so how do they sleep? Yeah, they sleep without closing the eyes. Okay, if you என்ன சொல்றது, நீங்க கவலைப்படுறீங்களா இருந்து என்ன செய்யுங்க, தூங்க போக லைட் ஓப்பன் பண்ணுங்க. அப்படியெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் இல்லை. ஓகே, they have the ability to sleep without the eyelids. Don't worry about that one. Okay, fine. The next one regarding the amphibia, the same seven things will be discussed for those amphibia. Okay, first one, examples: toad, salamander, ichthyopis, and the frog. Just try to get the idea, Bula. In the past paper up to now, there's no any questions by giving the picture. In the model paper you may have seen, right? They have given the pictures and they will tell you to find the they will request you to tell the name. But normally in the past paper we don't have the question like this. But sometimes they may have ask you to name the organism by given the picture. Okay, so at that time you want to be very clear, Bulahal. The it's salamander. This is called a salamander, right? Salamander seems to be like a reptilia, right? Reptilia means, you know, the lizard, chameleon. You know the example for the, you know, the here, this one, reptile. Here, these are the examples with the reptilia. So the salamander seems to be like a reptilia, right? They also have the four legs. They seems to be like a lizard, but actually they are not the reptilia. Be careful. There is no any question like that. But sometimes if they given the picture, if you tell you, if they request you to find the group, how will you find the group? Can you say reptilia for them? No, they come from the amphibia. Try to memorize that one, okay? And this is called as ichthyopis. Ichthyopis, okay. Now we'll discuss the habitat. You know, amphibia, they live on the land. They live on the terrestrial environment. They can survive on the land. But if they want to fulfill their life cycle, if they want to fulfill their life cycle, if they want to lay the egg, definitely they want to move for the water. So the amphibia, they live on in the water and also in the land. And second one, skin. Earlier for the fishes, skin is covered with the scales, but for the amphibia, the skin is not covered with anyone, right? There's no scales, no scale, and it is has the mucus skin. Mucus mean, you know, no, jelly like, the mucus. Mucus skin is there, right? Okay. And locomotion, they have the limbs for the locomotion, pentadactyl limbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 pentadactyl limbs is there. And next one, heart. Earlier we said that for the fishes, we have 2 rooms. For the amphibia, we have 3 rooms. Look at the picture. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And here 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 chambered. So earlier 2 for the fishes, now 3 for the amphibians. And next one, respiration. For the respiration, we have 3 organs.
So,
Oh yes, Saloma.
what are the name for the 3 chambers?
Okay, 3 chambers. Okay, here below I skip this one because if you don't have the idea regarding the artery and the ventricle, it will be little bit confused. Just try to get the idea. The upper chambers are called as atrium. So they have 2 atriums, left and the right atrium, and the lower chamber are called as ventricle. They have only 1 ventricle, 2 atrium and 1 ventricle. But if you have any doubts in the atrium and the ventricle, don't worry. Don't worry. because we will be discussing this part in the grade 11. Chariya Sakib. Regarding the atrium and the ventricle, already you may have studied in your grade 9. If you have any doubts in the atrium and the ventricle, don't worry. Just try to get either 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 4 rooms. The names will be discussed in future. Chariya Sakib.
Okay, sir.
If I start, it will took time. So that's why I skipped earlier regarding the atrium and the ventricle. If you have that, it's okay. Upper chambers are called as atrium, lower chambers, the key room, that is called as ventricle. Okay. Now we'll discuss regarding the respiration. We have 3 parts for the respiration. Earlier for the pisces, we have the gills. Here we have the buccal cavity. You can see here air entering the buccal cavity, and the lungs and the skin. Here the skin, through the skin, directly the air has been transported, exchanged. Okay. Next on body temperature, same as earlier, they also have the cold-blooded animals, or another term that is poikilothermic. And next one, the special. Here, versus metamorphosis. You may remember I have explained a very good story, right? You may remember the story, the real life experience of myself. Okay, you know the metamorphosis. The total body structure will be changed. Yeah, you may remember that one, okay? Okay, fine. சின்னத்துல நானும் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன் தான் என்னடா அவ்வளோக்கு வித்தியாசம் விளங்காதா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி okay, but we cannot identify whether it is fish or the amphibia, okay, or the frog. So it seems to be like the fish, but later all the total body structure will be changed. The tail will disappear, the leg will be formed, gills will disappear, so all the structure will be changed. The body structure is going to be changed. This alternation, this modification is called as metamorphosis. Okay, now we'll discuss. Okay, we'll do a quick revision in 1 minute, right? Okay, first one, the examples. You know the examples. Habitat, they live in the water, the land, but they need the water. Skin is covered, no scales, moist skin is there, right? Okay, locomotion done with the pentadactyl limbs, and heart, we have 3 chambers, and Shakib, 2 atrium and 1 ventricle. Okay, my dear. Respiration done by 3 organs: lungs, skin, and buccal cavity. And body temperature, you know, poikilothermic. Special, one special, that is metamorphosis. Now we'll discuss for the reptilias. Okay, you know the example: tortoise, turtle, iguana, monitor, and snakes and crocodile. Sarah, do you remember the crocodile, my dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. சாரா பிறகு கோவிச்சு உமா கிட்ட போய் தேசி உமா கோல் எடுத்து எப்படி நீங்க என்ன மகளுக்கு அப்படி சொல்லிங்கன்னு சொல்லி பெரிய சம்பவம் ஆயிட்டு. ஓகே, அப்படி இல்லை அப்படின்னு சும்மா சொன்னேன். சாரா வெரி சாரி லாஸ்ட் கிளாஸ். ஓகே, fine. Habitat plural, they live in the terrestrial, fresh water, and also in the marine. நிலத்துல வாழும், தண்ணில வாழும், and also in the fresh water. Fresh water means you know the fresh water, marine water, that is sea water, and terrestrial. They can survive in each and every environment. Okay, skin is covered by the scales. You can see the scales right over here. The big scales are there. You can see the scales here, right? And dry skin. Earlier for the amphibia, we said that moist. For the frog and all, they have the moist skin, ஈரமான skin. But here, dry skin is here. Okay. Locomotion, they have the pentadactyl limbs. Here, look at the picture here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentadactyl limbs. And the heart, just try to get the idea, Pular. Here, we have 2 atriums and 2 ventricles, but the ventricles are not completely divided. Here for the fishes, we have 2 rooms like this. For the amphibia, we have 3 rooms like this. For the reptilias, we have 4 rooms. But the ventricles, you know, these are called as atrium. The upper rooms, upper chambers are called as atrium, right? And here they are called as ventricle. The ventricle is not completely divided. So here 2 rooms, here 3 rooms, here we can say 3.5 rooms. We can say 3.5. Did you get that idea? 2, 3, and they also have 4 rooms, but the ventricles are not divided completely, incompletely divided. Okay. Respiration done by lungs. Hereafter, Pular, all the terrestrial environment animals, you know, the reptilia and the birds and the mammalia, the mammals, they live they respirate by using the lungs. Here you can see the lungs here, right? Lungs. Okay. Next one, the body temperature, same as earlier, the cold-blooded. That means poikilothermic. That means if the room temperature is high in the daytime, they will have a different temperature. At the night time, they will have a different temperature. Daytime and the night time, the temperature will be different according to the room temperature. Body temperatures will be changing now, so they are called as poikilothermic. And Ruhuma Rasmi, are you in the class, my dear? Fine.
Yes, sir.
Fine, okay. And a special here, I said that internal fertilization here. Internal fertilization here. Look after this picture. Internal fertilization means the fertilization occur inside the body. That means here for the fishes, just look after the picture here. Not only for the fishes, even in the amphibia, for the frogs, the female they will release the egg, and the male they will release the sperm. So what will happen? Egg and the sperm got joined. You can see here the fertilization occurs, but it occurs outside of the body, right? Sperm and the egg joins together outside of the body. This is called as external fertilization. If I ask you a question, whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, definitely it is a bad thing. Do you know why? Because when they are releasing the egg and the sperm outside of the body, sometimes some other organisms may eat that one, right? Or sometimes along with the water itself, it will be transported from one place to another place, right? So that is not a good thing, right? But internal fertilization means fertilization occur into the body itself. We will have the egg, we will have the sperm. So eggs and the sperms are not wasted. It will be 100% the sperms and the eggs will be fertilized. That is called as internal fertilization. Just try to get the idea, but there is no need to explain this one in deeper manner. But they are using the same term but again and again and again. Okay, so that's why I explained that. Okay. So here for the reptilia, they are the first organism shows the internal fertilization, because the fishes they shows the external fertilization, and the frogs, that means the amphibia, they also shows the external fertilization. But the third group, the reptilia, they are the one who showing the internal fertilization. That comes under special part. Okay, we'll do the quick revision. Okay, within 1 minute. The example, tortoise, turtle, iguana, and monitor, and the snake. Habitat, they live in the terrestrial, freshwater, and the marine. Skin, dry skin, they have the scales. And the locomotion, we have pentadactyl limbs. For the heart, for two atrium and two ventricles, but the ventricles are not completely divided. They have been attached. Okay. And the respiration done by the lungs. Body temperature, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded means the meaning, right? Okay. Special, possess internal fertilization. The meaning of internal fertilization. Okay. Now we are going to discuss regarding the aves. You have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Already we have discussed all these things. That's why I am moving faster. Just try to get the idea. Okay. Birds, the example for the bird, okay, there's no need to tell the examples. Habitat, they haven't given the habitat, but the habitat, terrestrial environment. Okay. Skin is covered with the feathers. You can see the feathers here, right? Skin is covered with the feathers. Okay. For the locomotion, they have the wings and also the legs. Okay. The forelimbs. Forelimbs means here the front part. The front limbs are converted into wings. Okay. And here they have the pentadactyl limbs. In the wings, they will have the pentadactyl. The 5 fingers will be there, but it has been hidden by the feathers. Okay, pentadactyl limbs for the birds. Okay. And for the locomotion, they will have streamlined body shape. Earlier, we had discussed the same word for the pieces. Streamlined body shape. Okay. And as a past paper question, today we will be discussing that one. What are the adaptation does the aves have for the flying? If they want to fly, what are the adaptations? So you can't say the body is covered by the feathers and the heart, they have 4-chambered heart, The respiration done by lungs? No, we can't write all these things. If they are asking regarding the flying, you want to say they have the streamlined body shape and they have the four limbs are converted into wings. So these are the things that you want to mention. You can't write all the characters. If they are asking in a unique way, what are the adaptations that are helpful for the flying? So you must be very careful at that time. That you want to write only the characters that are related to the flying. Okay, my dear, fine. Heart, they have four chambers. Earlier, for the pieces, they had two. For the amphibia, we had three. For the reptilia, we had four. But you may remember that is not divided completely, right? Okay. For the aves, we have four chambered, and for the mammalia, we have the four chambers. So 2, 3, 3.5. We can't say not 3.5. We will say 4 and we'll cut that one. And 4 and 4. Okay. And the respiration, earlier said that hereafter, all the terrestrial environment, terrestrial animal will use as the lungs for the respiration. Body temperature, very important part. Warm-blooded animals. Now, warm-blooded means the body temperature will never change. In the daytime, we will have a different temperature. The room temperature will be different. But the body temperature will never change. At the night time, we will have a different body temperature. But in the night time, in the night time, the room temperature will differ, but the body temperature will never change. Even the bird is in America, or even that bird is in Puttalam, or even that bird is in Kandy, the body temperature will never change. The body temperature will not change according to the room temperature. They are called as warm-blooded or homeothermic. Right. The special part, that is, they have a light bony skeleton. People are, they want to fly, right? If they want to fly, they must have the very low weight bones, right? So for the ourselves, for mammals, we also have the bone, but they are very very strong and weight, so we cannot fly. But the birds, they can fly because they have the light bony skeleton. Okay, and this is also one of the adaptation for the flying. So you can write this one also for that question. Okay, possess light bony skeleton for the flying. Okay, next one, they don't have the teeth and they have a sharp sight and they have the eyelids. So these are the special part, eyelids and the sharp eyesight, and they don't have the teeth, they have the light bony endoskeleton. Okay, we'll discuss that one quickly. Okay, the examples, and the habitat. Skin is covered by the feathers. Locomotion, we had two things. We have the wings and the pentaductal limbs and the streamlined body shape. And for the heart, four chambered heart, and the respiration done by the lungs, and the body temperature, the warm blooded. The meaning of the warm blooded. And last one, special, we have many special, light body skeleton, no teeth, sharp eyesight, and the eyelids. So we have discussed all the thing. But mammalia, we haven't discussed the mammalia last class, right? Okay. Now we'll discuss the mammalia in a calm manner. Earlier I was very very hurry, right? Okay. But now I'm going to come to the calm mindset and I'm going to explain in a calm manner. Wait a minute. Mammalia means, the examples, right? Cat and the dog and the rat and the kangaroo, chimpanzee, gorilla. Okay, these are the examples for the mammalia, right? Okay. So, Bilal, the speciality of the mammals, that is, they feed their babies through the mammary gland. Okay, they will feed the milk for the babies. Okay, you may have seen this one, right? In the cat. Okay, they have the breast and they have the milk, so they will feed their babies. Okay. Habitat, they haven't mentioned in the textbook, but the habitat they can found in the water because the dolphin and the whale, they comes under mammals. Okay, so they feed their babies by the milk. Okay, skin is covered with the hairs. In the cat, they can see the hairs. Even in our skin, you can see the hairs, right? So skin is covered with the hairs, and hairs are present inside the hair follicles. This is hair follicles here. So inside that pit, inside the hair follicles, the hair has been planted. So skin is covered with the hair hair can be found inside the follicles. Inside the follicles. Okay. Locomotion, they haven't mentioned in the textbook, right? But for the locomotion, we have the limbs, right? And next on the heart, already we know, Bulal, how many rooms will be there? How many rooms? Anyone?
4.
4 chambers,
Four
because
chambers.
the order will be like this: 2, 3, not 3.5. That is the 4 for the reptilia. For the aves, 4. Then for the mammals, we also will have the 4 chambers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 chamber. 2 atriums and 2 ventricles. Okay. Respiration done by lungs. Okay. Body temperature, important part, that is warm-blooded. What do you mean by warm-blooded? But that means body temperature will never change according to the room temperature. Last one, special. There are more number of specials. Okay, try to get the idea. In the skin, we will have 3 kind of gland: the mammary gland for the milk production, sweat gland. Here you can see the sweat gland here, right? So they will produce the sweat, and a sebaceous gland. Sebaceous gland means the oil gland here. Normally, when you're at the morning, when you're waking up in the morning, you can see a small oily layer in the skin. Have you seen that one? In the nose and all, you will have the oily layer. Oily, you can feel the oily nature in the skin, right? So the oil is produced by the sebaceous gland. Okay, so we have 3 glands: sebaceous gland to produce the oil, sweat gland to produce a sweat, and the mammary gland to produce the milk. Okay, next one here, you can see the mammary gland right here we will have the mammary gland. Okay, fine. Second one, they have the earlobes. Well, normally for the birds, they don't have the earlobes, right? The bat, they have the earlobes because bat is a kind of mammal. For the Batman, you may have seen this one, right? For the Batman, he will have this kind of thing, right? Do you know why? Because for the Batman, we have the ear here, right? So we want to keep the ear like this. But for the Batman, we will be keeping the ear like this because it represents the bat. No, Batman represents the bat. So that's why he is putting the ear here. But there is no any use, right? Am I right or wrong? பேட்மேனுக்கு இப்படி காது வைக்கிறதால சரி பீரோ சமைக்கிறான். No any use, right? Okay, but சும்மா சும்மா comics தான் இல்லையா, சும்மா பார்த்துட்டு போக வேண்டியதான். Okay, so here the bat, we may have seen this kind of earlobe. So normally the earlobes, normally the earlobes can be found in the mammals. Okay, the bat is also a kind of mammal. They also feeding their babies by the milk. Okay, next one, regarding the placenta. The placenta is you don't have the idea regarding the placenta, right? So we will discuss regarding the placenta in our unit number 14, the reproduction part. Here, can you see that placenta here? Here, this is placenta. When the baby is coming outside of your mother's body from the uterus, along with the baby, there will be a flat disc-like structure will be there. Okay, that disc-like structure is called as placenta. You may ask, what is the function of the placenta? Okay, we'll discuss that placenta in unit number 14. Don't worry. In a deeper manner, we will be discussing the placenta. But just try to get the idea. The placenta is formed only in the mammals. Okay, just try to get that one. The functions and the more details will be discussed in unit number 14. And next one, the testes for the mammals can be found outside of the body. The testes, this is a male reproductive part. This part also will be discussed in unit number 14 in a deeper manner. Just now there's no need to worry. Just try to get the idea. The testes means the male reproductive structure that can be found, because there's a reason for that one. The reason is this. You know, the body temperature is hot, right? Because we are warm-blooded. The body temperature is very, very high. So the sperm production is not that much effective inside the body. If the temperature is high, sperm production will be not sperm production will be not effective, will not happen in an effective way. That's why the testis has been placed outside of the body. If the testis is inside the body, sperm production will be affected because of the high temperature. But if the testes are placed outside of the body, the body temperature is not that much hot, right? Testis உள்ளுக்கு இருந்தா தானே பிரச்சனை. If the testis is outside of the body, the problem will be so old. We don't have that much of temperature outside of the body, right? Only the internal part will be hot. So that's the reason the testis has been present outside of the body, but there is no that explanation. Just I said that one, okay? And plural for the mammals, same as earlier I discussed, they also shows the internal fertilization. The female reproductive part will be there, and also the egg will be inside the body. Here, look after this picture. Here, ovary, the egg will be inside the female body, and in the male body, the sperm will be there. So the reproduction will happen inside the body. So they also shows the internal fertilization. The mammals also shows the internal fertilization. Okay, we'll do a quick revision, right? Okay, the examples. And the special part, they feed their babies by the mammary gland. Habitat, okay, the habitat, they live everywhere, right? Skin is covered with the hairs. Hair is present inside the follicles. Locomotion, no locomotion. They do the locomotion, that were not mentioned, okay? Heart, the four-chambered heart. Respiration done by the lungs. Body temperature, that is warm blooded. Special, there are more number of special, right? They have the mammary gland, sweat gland, and sebaceous gland, and the earlobes, and they have the placenta. You know what is placenta? And here they have the testes outside of the body, and you know the reason, but in the exam they will never ask the reason, don't worry, okay? And the internal fertilization. You know the meaning of internal fertilization. So what is it? Okay, but we have a small part to be discussed, I think. Okay, so now look at the screen, look at the screen. So now today we have completed the domain archaea, domain bacteria, and kingdom animal. Am I right or wrong, Pula? Domain archaea, domain bacteria, and kingdom animalia. We haven't discussed these three groups. Now we are going to do the past paper questions. Okay, come to the past paper question. Do question number 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, 8. Question number 6, 7, 8. You may have the paper with you. Yes, my dear, MCQ, yes. The screen is not shared. Sorry. The screen is not shared. Sorry. Now I think you can see the screen, right? Very sorry now. Screen is here, but I'm sorry. Akif has sent me the answers, right? Okay. Akif, can you check the answer for the second one, my dear? Second one. So not second one, the seventh one. First, for sixth one, that is okay. And the eighth one, that is also okay. Food. Ah, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Shamlan and Javon. Ah, very good. Yes, that is answer. Very good. Very good. Yeah, Javon Othniel and Shamlan. And Reha and Rahana. Okay, Reha, Rahana. Okay, very good. Shara, very good. Okay, fine. Ah, Reha, Rahana, very good. Yes, now your answer is clear. Okay. Well, shall we discuss the question, my dear? Okay. You may have the chart with you. Okay. You may have the chart of the vertebrate and the invertebrate with you. Khadija Fahmi. Khadija Fahmi, check the answer for the seventh one. Senilia, my dear, check the answer for the eighth one. And Rukaya, okay, done. Khadija Fahmi. All right, done, done. Very good. Senilia Nuhansi, okay, done. Fine, fine. Now your answer is correct. Okay. Now we'll discuss answer. Punahal. Here they have given the characteristics of the animals. Okay. Here has four pentadactyl limbs, broad mouth, cold-blooded, glandular skin. Punahal, for the broad mouth, most of the students have selected the answer crocodile. Not you, but in the physical class, most of the students selected the crocodile. Do you know the reason for that? Because broad mouth. No, we can't say the crocodile because here they have given another character. They had a glandular skin. You may remember the frog. I have shown you a picture, right? The mucus skin with the glands. Do you remember that the mucus, Iramanatur? So the characters are for the toad, not for the tortoise, right? Because tortoise means a reptile, a dry skin. You may remember I have shown you a picture for the of the crocodile and the snake. I have shown you a picture of the skin of the crocodile and the snakes, right? The skin was very, very dry skin, not the glandular skin. Gland means the skin must be moist. So we can't say crocodile, we can't say tortoise, only the answer that is toad. Second one, question number 7. Here you want to know the example for each and every group. Snail comes under molluscas. Mollusca, you may remember the mollusca, right? Butterfly belongs to the arthropodas. Spider, they also belong to the arthropodas. Leech, the earthworm, the category, that was Annelida, right? Scorpion, they also arthropoda. Scorpion, crab. So answer will be 4 plus 3 plus 1. That is 8. Okay, Pulahal. Right, fine. Question number 8. Regarding the warm-blooded and the cold-blooded. Pulahal, just try to get the idea. First of all, we'll write all the vertebrates, right? Fishes, amphibia, reptilia, and aves, and mammalia. You may remember, all these three organisms are cold-blooded. That means poikilothermic. And all these two organisms are warm-blooded. Okay, now we'll discuss the question, right? A warm-blooded and a cold-blooded. You know, warm-blooded means it must be a bird or it must be a mammal. Okay. First option, pigeon. That is a bird. Okay, fine. Second option, that is frog. Yes, here the frog comes an amphibia. That is cold-blooded. So the pigeon, that is warm-blooded. The frog, that is cold-blooded. So option number one, that is the answer. Bullet, did you get that idea? Do you have any doubts, my dear? If you have any doubts, ask me. Senelia, did you get the idea, my dear? Mahal, Senelia, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Fine. I don't know what about others because most of them have sent me the answers, but some of them there's no any reply from your side. So I can't ask anything whether you have find the correct answer or the wrong answer. Okay. If you have any doubts, ask me, Bilal. Right. Question number 9. A standard, the pakka curly standard question. Can you find the answer for question number 9? Read the question, okay? Read the question because if I give any support, the question will be not that much worth koranjiru. Just read the question and try to get the idea and send me the answer. Very good. Okay, very good. Yes. Very level. Yes. Fine, fine. Very good. Fine. Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Done. Yes. That is the answer. Very good, very good. Any others, Bilal? Very good. Mashallah. Very good. Jayman, very good. Yes, very good. Very good. And Raiha and Rahana, very good. Samla, very good. Okay, fine. Yeah, very good. Rukaya, very good. Samla, very good. And Shakib Riaz, very good, my dear. Yes. Yeah, that is the answer. Yeah, but now I'm custom. Okay, fine, very good. Selena, did you find the answer, my dear? Very good. Yes, that is the answer. Very good, very good. And Ruhuma, very good. Yes, that is the answer. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Wait, Pulhal. Those who didn't get the idea, I will explain. Yari, Kasara, very good. Yes. Mahal Khadija. Yari, Puttalam Khadija. I will explain. Don't worry, my dear. Hey, listen here. Okay. Just try to get the idea. Here, read the question, okay? Here they have given, here you can see the environmental temperature increases. Along with the environment temperature kuda, you can see the body temperature also increases. If the room temperature increases, room environmental temperature increases. So along with that one, the body temperature also increases for the Q. So you know the pieces, amphibia, and the reptilia, they comes under poikilothermic. That means the body temperature will increase. And there are other two organisms, they are aves and the mammals or mammalia. They comes under homeotherm. That means the body temperature will never change. So in this question, my dear, in this question, they have given here environmental temperature increases. So the body temperature also increases. So definitely the organism Q must be a poikilothermic. Because why? The body temperature changes. But for the organism P, the body temperature does not changes. The room temperature increases here. Even environmental temperature increases. The body temperature of the P, it doesn't increases. So that means definitely the P must be a homeothermic. It must be a aves or a mammalia. Did you get that idea, Pula? That is a basic idea that you want to take. Khadija Mahal, velangicha innotru mara velangam padtava. Puttalam Khadija. Velangala thane? Did you get the idea, my dear? I think your mic asalna.
I understand, sir.
Right, okay. இதுல நீங்க பாருங்க, the organism P, here case the body temperature didn't change. That means that is a homeothermic. It must be a bird or a mammal because body temperature didn't change now here. But for the Q, the body temperature changed. That means it must be a poikilothermic. Now we'll check the answers. Yes, second option here, the first one, the P must be a bird. The P must be a bird or a mammalia. The Q, it must be a pisces or amphibia or a reptilia. Okay. Check option number 2 here. First P, that is a bird. That is a bird. Q, that is a reptilia here, the tortoise. So that is the answer, second one. Is it clear, my dear? Those who didn't get the idea, can you raise your hands? Or can you put no in the chat box? Those who didn't get the idea, those who want to explain once again, can you put in the chat box, my dear? You can put no in the chat box. Anyone? No one, sorry. Is there anyone, my dear? No one. Oh, you can raise your hand. Those who didn't get the idea. Hey, Pulal. No. Right, Hashmat. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Hashmat, look after the question, my dear. Here, the P, the body temperature here, it didn't change. That means, you know, there are two groups. Who are they? The aves, the birds, and the mammalia. For them, the body temperature will never change. So the organism P must be a bird or a mammalia. ஒரு பறவையாகவோ ஒரு mammalஆகவோ இருக்கணும் organism P. But organism Q, you can see here, the body temperature changes. You know, for the pisces and for the amphibia, that's a reptile. For these organisms, the body temperature will change. That's why we named them as poikilothermic. Room temperature kuda, the body temperature also will be increasing. So here in the question, you can say organism P must be a bird or a mammalia. Organism Q must be a pisces or an amphibia or a reptilia. So we'll check the answer third. Second one here. Just check the answer here. The fowl. Fowl means cut cheval. Okay. So that is a bird. Okay. The organism P, that is a bird. Okay, fine. It's a bird. Aves. And option number, sorry, the organism Q, that must be a pisces or an amphibia or a reptilia. The tortoise, that is a reptilia, right? So that is only the option. Option number 1, ox and the bat. Both of them are mammals. Both of them are mammals. That is the option, right? Here, organism P must be a ave. First க்கு வார ஒரு பேர்டா இருக்கணும் இல்லாட்டி மெமலா இருக்கணும். செகண்டுக்கு வார ஒரு பிசஸ் ஆம்பிபியா ரெப்டில மூணு ஒன்றா இருக்கணும். சோ அப்படி பார்த்தா ரெண்டாவது மட்டும் தான் ஆன்சர். சகீப் சகீப் தானே யோசிச்சீங்க. சகீப் இஸ் கிளியர் மை டியர்?
Yes, sir.
நீங்க தானே கையெழுத்துனீங்க தம்பி?
இல்ல.
யாருமா கையெழுத்தினது? எனக்கு சம்லானா யார் கையெழுத்தினா? யாருமே கையெழுத்தல. நான் சும்மா கலங்கப்படுத்தினேன். அப்ப ஓ மை காட், எமோஷனல் டேமேஜ். நான் சும்மா கலங்கப்படுத்திக்கிறேன். சிக். யாரோ அந்த கையெழுத்து ஹஸ்பத். ரைட், ஓகே. இஸ் இட் கிளியர் மை டியர்? ஹஸ்பத் ரைட். நானும் பயந்துட்டேன். இல்ல நான் சும்மா விளையாடுறேன் தெரியாது சொல்லி. ஓகே. Question number 12. Do this one, my dear. Regarding the same, finding the numbers. Here you want to memorize the example for the annelidas. You know the earthworm, those group. Definitely you will do a mistake. We'll check who is finding the correct answers. Annelidas. Okay, very good. Yes, that is the answer. Yes, very good. Sarah, Khadija, very good, very good, very good. Yeah, கண்டுபிடிக்கிறீங்களேடாப்பா. Samla, very good. Aiha and Rahana. Okay, okay. Mahal, I don't know whether you are sending the answer, the third answer or the three. Ruhuma Rasmi. One. We'll check the answer, right? Three. Fine. Okay. We'll discuss here. Annelidas. You know the example for the annelidas, right? Leech, earthworm, nereis. These are the three examples that given in the textbook. Okay. Here, earthworm is there. Leech is there. Okay. And we don't have the nereis here, right? You know, Palahal, I earlier said that the centipede, that is not the annelida. That is arthropoda. But centipede also seems to be like a worm. They also will be like this, and they will have the leg like I have shown you the pictures, right? So in most of the students will tell me the answer like this: 1 plus 2 plus, and here 1. We can't add this 1 because that is not a annelida. That is an arthropoda. So here earthworm and the leech, that is the answer, right? 2 plus 1, that is 3. Okay, Khadija Puttalam, okay, Raiha Rahan, okay, Senilia, okay, fine. Hafsa, okay, done. Yaro ஒருத்தர் என்னமோ போட்டிருந்தீங்க wife. Right. Rahma, did you get the idea, my dear? Why the answer is wrong?
Yes, I didn't see that leech thingy.
Okay. So next time when you are going for the exam, put a specs, okay? Sorry, Aruma. Right. Here. Question number 14. Read the question very carefully. So what is gecko? Gecko means palli, palli. Bahubali. You know, in the homes and all, you will have the palli, right? That palli is called as gecko. Gecko means, gecko. In single, I don't know the term. Gecko means, the lizard in your home, in the kitchen and all. Okay. In the lizard, in your home, you will have an organism, right? It will have 4 legs. The gecko. In single, I don't know the term. Okay. And here, question number 14. Question number 14. Read the question carefully, right? You will have a small confusion here. Wait, I will open the real question here. Wait a minute. Yeah. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Hafsha, Raiha, Senilia, and Ruhuma, and Senilia, Okay, very good. Shara, Rukaya, okay, done. Shara. Wow. Shara, கொஞ்சம் check பண்ணுமா answer கொஞ்சம் check the answer my dear. Akif very good, Shamlan very good, yes okay. Jevon, Akif, Shamlan, okay, very good. Khadija for me, yes, very good. Okay. We'll discuss the answers below here. The question, there's no any mistake in the question, okay? Fine. Check the answer. We'll discuss the answers. Wait a minute. Okay. Here, okay, what's the class I'll be here? Is that Akif okay done very good. And Jevon. Ah, yeah, Jevon, you have send me the answers, okay? Now only I show the answers, sorry. Yeah, very good. A and B, very good. Yes, okay. Well, here, listen here. They are asking what are the common character only to aves and mammalia. It must be common for aves. That means bird and the mammalia. You may remember in the chart, if you have filled the chart, you may have the idea. Both of them have the four-chambered heart. Four-chambered heart. Four-chambered means four rooms are there. Okay. And both of them are warm-blooded. Okay. Earlier we had discussed that one many times, right? Warm-blooded here. Aves and the mammalia. They have the warm-blooded. Hafsha. Oh, salam, Hafsha. Hafsha in the class. Hafsha, salam, yes. And here, skin is covered with the hair. No, the skin is covered with the hair for the mammals, but for the birds, the skin is covered with the feathers, right? So that is not wrong. The bone in internal skeleton. You may remember for the birds, they don't have that much strong bone, right? They have only the light bone, but for the mammals, we have the strongest bone. So the answer will be A and D. Second one. Okay. These are the past paper question related to the MCQ part. Now we'll do the essay part, right now. Question number first one here. Do this one. Pulla, wait for a while. We'll discuss the theory and we'll come to the question, right? Okay, because we have only limited amount of time, right? Okay, we want to discuss regarding the kingdom protista, kingdom fungi, and kingdom plant. So after discussing that one, we read, sir. Okay. Then we will move to the question directly, right? Okay, so we'll move to the theory part. Okay, wait for a while. We have done that one earlier, right? Okay. Okay. Now we are going to discuss regarding the kingdom animalia. Okay, kingdom plant. You may have the plan, right? We have discussed domain archaea, domain bacteria, domain eukarya. Under domain eukarya, we have four kingdoms: kingdom protista, kingdom fungi, kingdom plantae, kingdom animalia. And we have completed the kingdom animalia. Now we are going to discuss kingdom plantae. Here, Bulahal, the plant has a cell wall. You may remember that one, right? And the cell wall is made up of cellulose. We have discussed regarding this one in unit number 6 regarding the cellular organelles. So cell wall is there made up of cellulose. Next one, Bulahal, the kingdom plantae can be divided into two: non-flowering plants and the flowering plants. Non-flowering plants mean they will never produce as the flower. Look at these example here. These plants will never produce as the flowers. So these plants are called as non-flowering plants. And also, just try to get the idea. I earlier said that plant can be divided into two: non-flowering plants and flowering plants. Flowering plants means they will never produce as the flowers. Flowering plants means they will produce as the flowers. You may have the basic idea. Again, we are going to divide the non-flowering plant into two: non-flowering seedless plant and non-flowering seeded plant. Now you may have a small doubt, what does it mean? Here Pulahal, just try to get the idea. In these these plants, they will never produce the flowers, and also they will never produce the seeds. And there are some other plants, they will never produce the flowers, but they will produce the seeds. Here, look at this example. These plants, they will never produce the flowers, but they will produce the seeds. So I hope that you have got the idea what does it mean, right? Okay, wait. Okay, now look at the example here. Here, flowering plants, they have the flowers. Okay, that will be discussed that part later. Now we are going to discuss non-flowering plant. Non-flowering plant can be divided into two: non-flowering seedless and non-flowering seeded. Here, this plant, the Selaginella, they don't have the flowers and also they don't have the seeds. So non-flowering seedless. Sir, I have to go. Sir. Okay. Okay. I will send you the recording, inshallah. Okay. And here, the second one, here in the seeded plant, they doesn't have the flowers, but they will have the seed. So that's why non-flowering seeded plant. So I hope that you may got the idea. I think you may have got the idea regarding the non-flowering seedless and non-flowering seeded plant. Okay. Now with that basic idea, we'll move to the theory part. Okay. Plant can be divided into two: flowering plants and non-flowering plants. And non-flowering plant can be divided into two: non-flowering seedless and non-flowering seeded. That means they will never produce as the flowers, and also they will never produce as the seeds. And there's another group, they will never produce as the flowers, but they will produce the seeds. Okay. Now we are going to discuss regarding the non-flowering seedless. They will never produce as the flowers, and also they will never produce as the seeds. Okay. These are the examples. Look after the pictures, because the picture will be needed to explain the theory part. Okay. Selaginella, Selaginella, and here Salvinia, Nephrolophis, Pogonatum, Arcosticum, and Marcantia, right? This is Marcantia. Selaginella, Salvinia, Pogonatum. Okay, the name will be very, very, you will be feeling the names are not familiar for you. Okay, Marcantia. That is what Marcantia. Okay, Marcantia, Pogonatum, Selaginella, Nephrolophis, Salvinia, Arcosticum, and Rhineria. So these are the examples. Okay. For the non-flowering seedless, there will be no flowers, there will be no seeds. Okay, here non-flowering seedless. That is the thing that we are going to discuss now. Okay. Non-flowering seedless, we'll discuss the structures, right? Well, you may remember the pictures, right? Here there are two shapes. First one, thalloid body shape. Thalloid body shape means they will never have a proper structure of the plant. Well, can you say this is a plant? No leaf, no stem, no root, nothing is there, right? Only a green color pieces are there. So this kind of shape is called as thalloid. No leaf, no root, nothing is there, right? The cells are not arranged in a proper manner. So this is called as thalloid body shape. And second one, here you can see fern type. Fern type mean here we will have a leaf like this. The coconut plant and all. So this kind of structure is called as fern type. So there are two shapes: thalloid body shape or small fern type body shape. Okay, here you can see that one. Another one, small size to large size. Some of the plant are very, very small, and some of the plant are very, very big. So small to large size. So under the structure, but we have discussed two things. First one, shape and the size. Shape, thyroid body shape or small phone type. And the size, small to large size. Second one, regarding the nutrition. Well, normally, if they are plant, they are autotrophic, no doubt. If they are plants, they are autotrophic. They will do photosynthesis. They will produce the food. Okay, fine. But here, some of the non-flowering seedless plants are epiphytes. Epiphytes mean, here you can see, right? It has been attached to another plant. Can you see that one? Ottonian solo. It will be getting the water from another plant. So these kind of plants are called as epiphytes. They will be pasted to another plant, right? So epiphytes. And third one, reproduction. No, you know, Pulahal, these plants, they don't have the flowers. These plants, they don't have the seeds. So that's why we named as non-flowering seedless. No flowers, no seeds. And how do they reproduce? To reproduction, we have the spores. Can you see the spores? Under the leaf, we will have a structure like this. This is called as spores. This is called as spores. So through the spores, they are going to reproduce. Okay. And distribution. Look after the examples. All these plants can be found in the low sunlight, shady, wet places. And also, you may have seen this nephrolophis in near to the river areas and also into the well. So here these are the examples. Look after the examples here. So all these plants can be found near to the the wet shady environments. Near to the river environments and near the well. In these areas you can see the nephrology. So these are the examples, and from the example you want to memorize all the remaining characters. We'll discuss one by one. We are going to discuss non-flowering seedless. They will never have the flowers and also they won't have the seeds. Okay. Structure, shape, the thyroid body shape or small phone type body shape. Size, small to large size. Nutrition, autotrophic, but epiphytes. You know the meaning of epiphytes. Next one, reproduction. Do you know the meaning of reproduction? To produce the new plants, we have the spores because they don't have the seeds, right? Non-flowering seedless. So they don't have the flowers, they don't have the seeds, so they have the spores for reproduction. Distribution, low sunlight, shady, wet places. Okay. That's all. Now we are going to discuss non-flowering seed plants. Now you may have a doubt, just try to get that idea here. Now we are going to discuss non-flowering seeded plant. They will never have the flowers, but they will produce the seeds. Without the flowers, they are going to produce the seeds. We'll discuss that one. Okay. Here, non-flowering seedless, non-flowering seeded plant. Look after the example, right? So they don't have Right, so here you can see they don't have the flowers, right? Without the flowers, they're going to produce the seeds. So they don't have the flowers now. Well, in the mango plant, we will have the flower. From the flower, the fruit will be there. Inside the fruit, we will have the seeds. In the mango, even in the coconut, even in each and every, even in the pepper, we will have the flower. Then after the fruit will be formed, inside the fruit, we will have the seeds. Am I right or wrong? So, in the mango, in the pepper, in the coconut, the seed is covered because they have the flowers. No, from the flower, the fruit was produced. Inside the fruit, we will have the seeds. But in this case, they don't have the flowers. So, without the flowers, the seeds has been formed. So, they are naked. Naked means we can observe directly. In the mango, the seed is inside the mango. In the pepper, the seeds are inside the pepper. But here, in this case, the seeds are naked. And also, in the syllabus, they have given two examples, cycas and pinus. Right? What are the examples? Cycas and pinus. And here the seeds are naked. The seeds can be observed, right? So these plants are called as gymnosperms. So you can easily memorize this term. Bilal, those who are going to the gym and all, the body will be naked, right? The body will be, through the shirt we can observe the body. But for me, I don't have that much of guts and all. But those who are going for the gym and all, through the body you can see the guts, right? So you can easily memorize gymnosperm mean the seed is naked. Gymnosperm, gym. So the body will be naked. So same like that. Gymnosperms mean the seeds are naked. We can observe the seeds directly. There will be no fruit to cover. But in the mango seeds are covered by the mango. Pepper seeds are covered by the pepper, but here no flowers. Without the flowers, the seeds were made. So they are naked. So they are called as gymnosperms. Memorize the example, cycas and the pinus. Okay. Yeah, you can see those plants. Okay. Some of the plants are very big, right? But some of the plants are like the shrubs. And also they are in a desert-like environment, right? Can you see the environment here? Earlier, the non-flowering seedless, they were in the shady environment, right? Related to the water environment. Do you remember? Non-flowering seedless plant, they were near to the water environment. But here, the non-flowering seed plant, they are in the every environment, right? Here in the desert, like dry area. So they can be found everywhere on the earth. Okay. Now we'll discuss the things. Okay. First one, the shape, large in size. You may remember, some of the plant were large and some of the plant were shrubs. Here, there are large in size. Here, these plants are very, very large. Some of the plant were shrubs. Here, shrubs. So now you may got the idea. Some of the plant are large in size. Some of them are shrubs. Okay. Next one, nutrition. Plant means they are autotrophic. They produce their food by themselves. There's no any doubt. They are green in color, so they are producing their food by themselves. No any doubt. Okay. Reproduction, they have the seeds, right? They have the seed for a reproduction. So reproduction is done by seeds. Seeds. So reproduction is done by seeds. Okay. And this is not the fruit. It seems to be like the fruit, but actually they are not the fruit. They are seeds. Here non-flowering seeded plant. The seeds are naked. So this is a seed, not the fruit. Okay. Fine. Distribution. I earlier said that everywhere on the earth, right? They are adapted to live in the land. Okay. Now we'll do a quick revision, right? We'll move to the notes because the slide is a bit bigger. I think you can see the PDF, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we'll just Fill the chart. Okay. First one, the non-flowering seedless. You know, they will never have the flowers, and also they don't have the seeds here. They will never produce us the flowers and also the seeds. No flowers, no seeds. No flowers, no seeds. No flowers and no seeds. So that's why non-flowering seedless. Okay. And here we don't have the flowers, but we have the seeds. Non-flowering seeded. Non-flowering seeded. No flowers, but we had the seeds. Okay. Structure here, they are, you know, the shape, structure, small size, and some of them are large in size. You may remember that one here. Look after this example. Here they are very, very small, and here these plants are very big. You may remember the picture, right? There was a man near to the plant here. Can you see that one? So some of them are small, very, very small. It will be, you know, the with the along with the surface, but some of them are big. So small to large size. Okay. But here, all the plants are large in size. Some of them are shrubs. Okay. And here for the shapes, thalloid body shape. You may remember the thalloid body shape, right? Thalloid means, you know, they didn't have any shape. It seems to be like a small leaf. Thalloid or fern type. Don't write anything, Bulahal. Don't write anything. Okay. Just look after the screen, right? Here, some of them are thalloid. Thalloid means no any structures. But some of them fern. Fern mean here, this is fern type leaf. The leaf will be like this, fern type. So thalloid or fern type. Nutrition, you know, both of them are autotrophic. Autotrophic means they do photosynthesis, right? Autotrophic. And here also autotrophic. And here, you know, epiphytes. Epiphytes means, here you can see some of them are attached. The picture is in the slide. Attached mean here, you can see it has been depend on another plant, right? For the water and all. That is called as epiphytes. Ottonihal. Epiphytes. And reproduction done by spores, because they don't have the fruits, no, they don't have the seeds, no. Here we have the seeds, right? Distribution near to the water, shady, low sunlight, those kind of area. But here, everywhere on the terrace. Okay. Well, just read the notes for both of them. For the non-flowering seedless, I will give you 1 minute time for that one. Okay. Kingdom plant, non-flowering plant, they don't have the flowers, and here they don't have the flowers and no seeds. No flowers, no seeds. Look after the examples here. Marcantia, Salvinia, Organatum, Arcausticum, dried Selaginella, Drinaria, Nephrolophis. You may have seen this Nephrolophis. Next time, when you are going for the river area, just search for the Nephrolophis, right? Definitely you will have the Nephrolophis. And Rukaya and Khadija, principal office in front of principal office, we will have the Nephrolophis, okay? Next time when you come into the school, check that one. Sharia. And the structures, small to large size. Some of them are, sorry, thalloid, you know what is thalloid, right? Yeah, thalloid. One type mean, you know, the one type means, you know, coconut leaf like structure. Nutrition, they are autotrophic. Some of them are epiphytes. You know the meaning of epiphyte, right? Here you can see the picture of the epiphytes. It has been living on another plant. Okay. Reproduction done by spores. Distribution, low sunlight, shady, wet places. Did you get that idea? Okay. Now we'll discuss non-flowering seed. They don't have the flowers, but they have the seeds here. They don't have the flowers, but they have the seeds. So seeds are naked. So these plants are called as gymnosperms. And you know the example, cycas and the pinus, right? Okay. Now we'll discuss structure. They had the big plant was there, right? Large in size. Here you can see the plants are large. And you may have seen in the picture, the slide I have shown you some examples. They are seems to be like shrubs, small plant here. Look after the picture here. Shrub. Shrub means small plant. Large size and also some of them are shrubs. Nutrition, autotrophic. Distribution in the terrestrial environment. In the they can be found in the dry area also, right? Okay. These are the things that you want to know. Now we are going to discuss for the kingdom Plantalia flowering plants. Earlier we were discussing the non-flowering plants. Now we are going to discuss the flowering plant. Okay. Now try to get the idea. In the flowering plants here, we will have the flower. Okay, before moving to the flowering plant, Ula, do you have any doubts to ask in this non-flowering plant? Do you have any doubts to ask in the non-flowering plant?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. What about others, my dear? Do you have any doubts?
No.
No. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, my dear, right? ஒரு நானவா நினைங்க இல்லாட்டி பெரிய ஆள் அப்படி எல்லாம் இல்ல okay? If you have any doubt, you can ask me in a friendly manner, okay? I will never scold you. என்னடா உனக்கு இன்னமும் இது கூட தெரியாது. I will never tell like that, okay? If you have any doubts, you can ask me, okay? We'll move to the next part regarding the flowering part. So here we can see the flowers, right? From the flowers, the fruits are made. From the flowers, the fruits are made. From the flowers, the fruits are made. This is a special character of the flowering plant. So in the flowering plant, the fruit will be formed and also plural. Inside the fruits, we will have the seeds. We will have the seeds. Okay. So now you know non-flowering plants. Earlier we were discussing the non-flowering plant, right? Now we are discussing the flowering plant. So in the flowering plant, we have the flower and we have the fruits. Okay. Now the flowering plant can be divided into two, monocots and the dicots. Flowering plant can be divided into two, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Just try to get the idea what is that monocot and what is that dicot. According to the cotyledons, here just try to get the idea what do you mean by cotyledons, right? Here cotyledon be here, this is called as cotyledon. There are many names, right? These are named as seed leaf or seed lobes. There are many names: seed leaf, seed lobes, cotyledon. So you can use another the term that you wish. Okay, I will use the term cotyledon. So here monocotyledon means they will have only one seed leaf, seed lobe or cotyledon. Look after the picture here. You may have seen a maize. So they have only one seed leaf or seed lobe or cotyledon. And also in the rice, in the rice, we have only one cotyledon. But in the cashew and also in the the mango, in this plant, we will have two cotyledons, 1 and 2. And also the green grams, in the chickpea, we will have the two cotyledons, right? 1, 2, two cotyledons. So according to the cotyledon, we are going to divide the plant into two. Here, monocotyledon will have one seed leaf. Dicotyledon plant, they will have two seed leaves. Here, example paddy and the coconut, maize. Here we can say mango, jackfruit. So these kind of plants are comes under dicotyledon, and these wait check see where else. These kind of plant are called as monocotyledon. Did you get the basic difference between the monocot and the dicot? Monocotyledon means they will have only one cotyledon, one seed leaf, one seed lobe in their seeds. But in the dicotyledon, we will have two cotyledon, two seed leaf, two seed lobe, like this. Okay. Here you can see the cashew, Nelakadala groundnut. We can see two seed leaf. Right? Okay. Second example, Pulahal. Second example, for the monocotyledon plant, they will never have the taproot. They will have only the fibrous root system here. Fibrous root system. They don't have the taproot. But for the dicotyledon, for the mango, you can imagine mango for this one. You can imagine coconut for this one. For the monocot, imagine the coconut. For the dicot, imagine the mango plant. Okay. So here we will have the taproot. Here you see the picture. The taproot and the lateral root. Taproot and the lateral root. But here we will have only the fibrous root. Okay. Next one, regarding the stem. Here the stem is not branched, but here we will have the branches. Right here, stem is not branched, but here stem is branched. Next one, regarding the secondary growth. Just try to get the idea of what do you mean by secondary growth. Secondary growth means here the diameter of the mango plant will increase, right? Here you can see the diameter will start to grow. But in the coconut plant, the diameter will never increases, right? The diameter will be in the same size. But the mango and all the other plants, when they are growing up, what will happen to the diameter? Automatically the size of the diameter will increase. Am I right or wrong here? When they are growing up, the diameter will be start to increase. So this diameter increasing, the side level, that is called as secondary growth. Increasing in the height, that is called as primary growth. Increasing in the diameter, that is called as the secondary growth. But here no secondary growth. The diameter will never increase. But in the mango, in the dicot, the diameter will increase. So that is called as secondary growth. Here, secondary growth. Next one, regarding the leaf. The monocotyledon, for the coconut plant, we will have the parallel venation. The veins are arranged parallelly. There's a past paper question. Just if you have the past paper that print out with you, just refer the paper. You may have seen a picture like this. Okay. And for the mango plant, that is for the dicotyledon, we will have the reticulate, we will have the branches, we will have the midrib and the veinlets, and the branches are there. Okay, here parallel venation. This is reticulate venation. Okay. Next one, the flowers. For the monocot, for the coconut, we will have trimerous. Trimerous means we will have 3 petals or multiples of 3. It may be 6 or 9, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 or multiples of 3. That is called as trimerous. For the dicotyledon plant, we will have tetra. Tetra means 4 or 5. Penta means 5. Here 1, 2, or multiples of 5. It may be 5, 10, or it may be multiples of 4, like 8, 12, like that. That is pentamerous or tetramerous. Multiples of 4 or multiples of 5. Look after this picture, trimerous. In the coconut tree here, you can see 3 petals. 1, 2, and 3. Can you see that one? 1, 2, 3. 3 petals are there, trimerous. But for the mango and all the other plants, we will have tetramerous or pentamerous. Here 5. Okay, so this is called as so this is the difference between the monocot and the dicot. Here, try to memorize in order. Okay, in order. We'll come to the order. Just try to get the idea, right? It will be easy to memorize in order. Okay, come with me. Come with me. First of all, we'll draw a plant. Okay. This is the plant that I am drawing from the grade 1. Okay. Wow, what a wonderful plant. Okay. It's very nice. Okay. Even it is not nice, you won't say it is nice. Now we'll discuss the examples one by one. Okay. First one regarding the seeds. They have the one cotyledon. Here we have 2 cotyledons. Ah, very nice. Okay, Sandosam. Okay. Now second one regarding the roots. Here we have the taproot system, but for the monocot we will have the fibrous root system. Come from the bottom of the plant. Now we have discussed the seeds, then after the roots. Now third one regarding the stem. Stem here branched, but for the coconut they don't have the branches. And fourth one, secondary growth. Secondary growth means here diameter increases, but here the diameter will never increase. Come in order, okay? First of all, we discussed regarding the seeds, then after the roots, then after the stems, whether they are branched or not branched, whether the secondary growth is there or no. And the fifth one regarding the leaf. Okay, here leaf. You may have remember, these plant will have the reticulate venation, but the coconut will have the parallel venation. You know what is reticulate and what is parallel, right? Here, this is parallel, and here this is reticulate venation. Reticulate. Next one, the flowers. Okay, we'll draw a flower also here. Wonderful flower. Okay, a wonderful flower. And here we'll draw a flower with 3 petals. 1, 2, 3. So flowers, here we will have 3 petals, trimerous. Here we will have tetramerous or pentamerous. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these are the 6 things that you want to know regarding the seeds, regarding the roots, regarding the stem. The branches are there, secondary growth is there, and the reticulate venation and the tetramerous or pentamerous. Now we will discuss all the things in one single chart. Okay. Here you can see the chart. Read the notes, my dear. Read the notes. Monocot. Another important thing, the flowering plant are called as angiosperms. Earlier gymnosperms, you know, right? The seeds are naked. Here the seeds are hidden. So these kind of called as angiosperms. Right? They are covering the seeds, right? Okay. Angiosperm. Okay. Now read the difference here. First one, cotyledon, the root system, stem. Under the stem, we have discussed 2 things, whether the branch and no secondary growth, and the leaf, the flowers. Just read the notes here. Just try to get the idea. Regarding the monocot and the dicot. So can you send the notes for 13th chapter? Okay. I will put into the group. Wait a minute. Yeah, Akif, Afsha, Rohuma. ஏன் ஒரு தொகை பேர் மெசேஜ் போட்டு அழிச்சிக்கிறீங்க என்ன பிரச்சனை வாட் ஹேப்பன் I will put the notes in the groups, okay my dear. Can the printed notes will be, the works are going on. The Friday World Cup is starting. Yeah. Football World Cup. Yes. So can you send me the first term recording links? Inshallah. So can you send me the notes? Afsha and Kurish. Afsha. You know the team called Brazil. Inosha teacher, can you send me the okay grade 11 classes on Monday, my dear? Monday 7 to 9. Okay. So I hope that you may have got the idea regarding the monocot and the dicot. So please let me know, my dear, those who had the doubts in the monocot and the dicot. Those who had the doubts in the monocot and the dicot. Is it clear, my dear? Monocot and the dicot, do you have any doubts to be asked? No, any doubts? Okay. Well, we haven't discussed regarding the kingdom Pratishta and the kingdom Hunger, right? Okay. Yeah, these two lessons has been in blank. Okay. Pulal, shall we conclude the class at 9:45? Can you explain me the secondary growth? Okay. Secondary growth ன்னு சொன்னா கதீஜா அந்த மரம் வந்து சைட்ல வளருது தானே சைட்ல வளருதுன்னு சொன்னா அகலம் அகல வாக்குல வளர்ற here the plant growth lateral growth. Lateral growth means earlier the size will be like this, then after it will be grow like this and like this and like this. This is called as lateral growth, secondary growth. Okay, wa Khadija?
Okay, sir.
But here in the coconut plant, the secondary growth will never happen. The diameter will be same. When the plant is growing up, the diameter will be same. But here you can see the diameter also will increase. Here only the height will be increased, no? Okay. Now we'll do the question, my dear, because we can't allocate another time, but that's why I'm going to do that tonight. Okay. Can I do this plant, my dear? They are asking the examples, only the examples. Non-flowering plant without seeds, non-flowering plant with the seeds, monocot and the dicot. Acalipa means Kuppai mania, right? You may know the Kuppai mania. If you don't know the Kuppai mania, I will show you the pictures. From this single picture, you can find the answer for that one. Here, from this picture. From this single picture, you can find the answer for that question. From the single picture, non-flowering without seed. Non-flowering without seeds. You know the example right here, the Markantia and the Boga. And Raiha, you have sent me the answer. So we will check. Right? Like that, you want to fill the answer. Fill the answer and send it to me, Pula. Mahal, from the plant, select a plant. Okay, very good, very good. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Yeah, very good. Rahana. Shall we discuss the answers, my dear? Right here we can say Makanchia or we can say another one is the Apogonator. For this. For the non-flowering plant with the seeds here, non-flowering with the seeds, Cycas and the Pinus. This is a past ever question, right? Monocotyledon plant. Yeah, the paddy and the coconut. Yeah, same example they have given, right? In the textbook. And for the dicot, Jack and the Jack C varadi, there's a typing mistake. Jack and the Kuppei mania. Acalipa, Kuppei mania. Done. Yeah, very good, Jeevan, very good, yes. Hafsha, Hashmat, Jevon, Khadija, Puttalam, Raiha, Ruqayya, Shara, Shakib. Is it okay, mate? Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Makasha, Bogonatum, Cycles, Paddy, very good, very good. Fine. Okay. We'll do another question here. Here, Pulala. What kind of venation is this? What kind of venation is this? Reticulate venation or the parallel venation? Anyone? Ah, very good.
Reticulate
Reticulate.
venation.
Reticulate venation. Very good. Very good. Reticulate venation. And they are asking, describe briefly the nature of the root system of the plant of this leaf. Here they are asking regarding the dicot. Indirectly they are asking, what kind of root system does this leaf have? What kind of root system does this plant have? Anyone? Whether the fibrous root system or the taproot system?
Taproot.
Taproot system, very good. Here, taproot system. Taproot system. They are asking, indirectly, they are asking the, but very good, Khadija, yes. Taproot, sorry, what kind of root system does the dicot have? That is taproot system. Okay. Now we have done this one, and here we have another question. Puller, try this one and send me the answers. And the plant they done, and I think we have done this one right earlier. We have completed this one. This one also completed. This one also completed. And here another question. The morphological feature of the plant bearing the leaf with the venation is called as. Okay, they are asking the characters. What kind of character does this plant have, Pulahal? Taproot system or the branch stem or uncotyledon or trimerous or pentamerous? This plant is a parallel venation. It is a monocot plant. Monocot means you want to imagine the coconut. So now check the answer and let me know, Pulan. What is the character they have for the coconut? Third answer. Very good, very good, very good. One cotyledon, yes. They have the one cotyledon. You may remember, right? You can see the left side of the slide. You can see the. No, you can see the screen. Right? Oh, here you can see that one, right? Here. They have only one cotyledon. The monocot, they have one cotyledon, right? That is the answer, third one. Okay, fine, very good. தமிழ் கொஞ்சம் வேகமா போறேன் கொஞ்சம் டவுட் இருந்தா கேளுங்கம்மா ஷகீப் போயிட்டாரா ஓகே ஹப்ஷா ஓகே ஹப்ஷா ஜேவோன் கதீஜா ரைஹா ருக்கியா ஷாரா ஷகீப் டவுட் இருந்தா கேளுங்கம்மா டவுட் இருந்தா கேட்டுக்கோங்க ஐ எம் மூவிங் லிட்டில் பிட் ஃபாஸ்ட் ஓகே and question number 2 a monocotyledon plant have what Jevon, check the answer, my dear. They're asking regarding the monocut, ma. Shakib, okay, done. Jeva, no, okay, very good. And Shara. Oh, pull up. I'm asking the answer for the second one, right? No. Yeah, Shakib, the answer is wrong, my dear. Can you check Shakib? And Jevan, check the answer, my dear. Secondary growth, they does not show, right? Jevan? Yeah, Khadija, okay. Raiha, Rahana, okay. Man, Jevan, Elijama. Here, monocot means the coconut, right? They will never show the secondary growth. The diameter will never increase, right here. They will never show that secondary growth. Okay. And having taproot, no. They doesn't have the taproot. They have the lateral root. Sorry, the fibrous root here. They have
Sir,
the
I said tree, no, sir.
yeah. Possess the reticulate venation? No. They have the parallel venation here. They are asking for the monocot now, Thambi. விலங்கலையா எங்கட இதுக்கு யாரு ஜீவனுக்கு
Oh, sir.
அது என்னன்னு சொன்னாமா கேக்குறாங்க மொனோகோட்டிலிடம் தானே கேக்குறாங்க monocot means the coconut tree, right? They have the
Yeah.
trimerous flowers here. For the monocot they have the parallel, not the parallel venation, right? But they have mentioned they have the reticulate venation, so that is not the answer. Here they have the trimerous flowers. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Is it clear or shall I explain once again?
No need, sir.
Okay. What about others, Pulahal? யாரு ஜெவானுக்கு மேலுக்கால இன்னொருத்தர் இருந்தாரு யாரு ஷக்கி வீக். Okay, now okay. And here question number 3, they are asking regarding the gymnosperm. Gymnosperm mean gym body. They have we can observe the seed from the outside. There are 2 examples for that one. Anyone pull up? What is the answer for that one? There are only 2 examples. Cycas and the Pinus. Yeah. So direct answer Pinus. No any doubt. Gymnosperm mean the seeds can be observed from the outside of the body. Very good, Khadija. Yes. Cycas and the Pinus. And here, question number 5. Which of the following is an example that does not produce the seeds? Does not produce the seeds. That means non-flowering, seedless. Look at this picture and tell me the answer here. No. Mohal, check the answer, my dear. Check the answer. Shakib, okay, done. Raiha Rahana, done. Khadija Putran, done. Jevon, done. Okay, here they are asking. Okay, another answer also there. Rukaya. Illa. Here, Mahal, here they are asking the plant that does not produce the seeds. Does not produce the seeds means they will never produce the flower, and also they will never produce the seeds. Okay. Cycas, here you can see they produces the flowers, right? Sorry, seeds. Here, look after this picture, my dear. You can see. Okay, here you can see the cycas, they produces the seeds, right? So that is not the answer. Pinus, they also produces no flowers, okay, but they produces the seeds. So Pinus also not the answer. And Salvinia, Salvinia, here you can see no flowers, no seeds. So that is the answer. Blue water lily, they produces the flowers, right? If they are producing the flowers, definitely there will be the fruits and the seeds. So that is also not the answer. Flower vandutna Rukaya, definitely you will have the fruit and the seeds. They are asking the plant does not produce the seeds. Only Selaginella, the Salvinia, Arcosticum, there's a long list, right? Those are the ones. Shara, very good. Yes. Okay, Valentina, என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னு சொல்லி Cycas and the pinus, they produces the seeds, right? No flowers, but they produces the seeds. Okay, right. புலால் உண்மையிலே நீங்க நான் கொஞ்சம் ஸ்பீடா தான் போறேன் எனக்கு தெரியும் பட் கொஞ்சம் டவுட் இருந்தா கேட்டுக்கோ no any issues okay if you have any doubts ask me okay fine so புலால் is it clear can you confirm me once again is it clear regarding the kingdom plant is it clear regarding the okay
Yes, sir.
okay fine you can put no in the chat box if you have any doubts regarding even a single doubt pull quick if you have even a single doubt you can ask me okay well I will do a quick revision not the explanation a quick revision don't worry yes sir understand okay fine here but just try to get the idea plant can be divided into two whole okay fine okay the plant can be divided into two non-flowering and flowering non-flowering can be divided into two non-flowering seedless that means they does not have the flowers and also they don't have the seeds and here another one non-flowering seeded cycas and the pinus they don't have the flowers but they have the seeds and they are called as gym body flowering plants can be divided into two dicots and monocots you know the six difference I have drawn you a picture and I explained regarding the root and regarding the seed, regarding the branches, there are two differences. Branch, unbranch, secondary growth, no secondary growth, and that reticulate venation, parallel venation in the leaf, you know the difference, right? Okay. And the flowering plant is commonly known as angiosperms. Angiosperms. And they are called as gymnosperms. Okay, that is the part that you want to know regarding the plant. Okay, fine. So now we'll conclude the class, Punahal. I'm really sorry for the late because in the past paper we can't do the past paper in another day, right? So that's why I have discussed the past paper question today itself, and I'm very sorry for the late. Okay, so we'll conclude the class. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good night. Have a nice day. We'll meet in our next class.
Bye, sir.
Okay, goodbye.
Good night, bye, sir.